Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
Are you a first-time mom, or you are a mom of a child who is getting ready to start school year prep? Now, do you have all of the questions, the burning questions that you would like answer to, like I did when my daughter was about to start prep? Well, look no further than this channel. It's back to school season. In about 2 to 3 weeks, kids will be going back to school, and I am here to provide some of the burning questions that you will be having as a mom, the anxiety, the nervousness, all you need for back to school ready. Now, come with me and I will share a little bit of my situation when I had the same, when I was you the same time last year, 2023. Now, I know that it might not be all your burning questions might not be answered here. However, I will be able to give you the tools that you need to be confident, to know that as a mom, as a parent, you've done well, you've done the right thing, and let's take the steps to having our lives a little bit organized for the year to come. Let's go. It goes without saying that you have done the whole 9 yards, attended all of the orientations that have been prepared for you. You have taken notes, asked the right question, yet you are still a little bit nervous and unsure as to what to expect. Now, the Australia school curriculum, a school age kid is a 5-year-old toddler, just about turning 5, or they are 5 in the year they are meant to start school. I think the different states in Australia have got different preparedness, readiness system. But for Melbourne, Victoria, your kid must turn 5 in the year they start school. And what do they start with? It's probably called foundation, and it's very relaxed. I know I might just be a little bit over myself here, but you are definitely prepared, and it starts from kindergarten basically. But again, there were some things that I needed answers to. I am, should I say, a very proactive mom. I wanted answers to the curriculum as to what she will be learning in prep and what I needed to do to give her or provide her the necessary tools to make her a little bit comfortable in this new learning phase of life. As you know, you were nervous, and I can guarantee you your kid is also nervous and excited at the same time in starting this new adventure of their life. And it's a beautiful thing. There are things that you should know. And I guess why I feel like sharing this, because at the time that my kid was about to start in 2023, a lot of the mothers that had prepped the year, I said a lot of the parents whose kids started prep in 2021, 2022 had the challenges of remote learning. Now, you all know what happened in 2020 with the COVID lockdown. Australia had the strongest and strictest COVID rules, and so lots of school age children who turned 5 were unable to go into a brick and mortar school system. They pretty much all learned how the educational system works by learning remotely and online. And so this particular learning curve was a bit challenging for the parents whose kid had turned 5 and started school that school year. And I couldn't get the answers that I sought, or some of them were not willing to share because it was a traumatic experience and they did not want to relive it. And so I went in blind. I did know that I attended a few of the sessions, the opening sessions, the information nights, just to be sure that I had all the tools ready. And I think mine was a little bit special because I'm an immigrant. I don't have the idea about the educational system here in Australia. And so again, quite as blind or double with no vision at all. Like, I was literally vision impaired going in. And so I needed a lot of question answered. Again, I didn't get all my question answered. I learned as I went. However, I'm so glad to share all that I learned, and I'm hoping that if you watch this channel, it would prepare you and give you that much needed assurance that you are off to the right track and you have all of the tools to help your kid succeed. Now, the school system here is divided into, I think there's the independent, then there's the private, and then I think there's also the Catholic school as well as the public system. I have chosen for personal reasons to do the public system through her primary education. It's the system. The public system is good, still being funded by the government, and I would say all of the tools that the teachers need to educate these kids, they've got it in spades. And so that was why I decided I was going to choose a public school system, although it took me a while to find the right school for my child. Now, what Australia does is when you are about to start school, you are required to check or enroll your kid in the area you live in or in the suburb you live in. There's a website that's called My School Zone. You type your postcode and it gives you essentially 0 to 2 kilometer radius of the schools that you will be accepted in, no questions asked. And so for me, the schools that were in my postcode, I didn't really fancy. I'm not saying they're not good. I just felt I needed something more. I needed a bit of variety. And so I went a little bit outside of my school zone and I found something that I really liked. And my daughter successfully got there. And that was in parts to the fact that I applied really early. When I mean early, I applied 8 months early. And so I was able to be considered after they had shortlisted the candidates that were meant to go into that particular school. And yeah, so for me, the next step was to then sort out her uniform. Again, I was very proactive and I did that quite early. I got all the information that I needed. I went to the school supply, the company that supplies the school uniform, and I got all I needed. You don't need to get much. They don't, because your kid, you will be shocked at how fast they grow at this stage. So you can just get 2 or 1 of each. Now, because Australian weather is very seasonal, there are different outfits for different season, and so it is advisable to get for the summer maybe 2 dresses or shorts if you have a boy, and of course your sun hat is very essential. Don't forget to buy sunscreen. Your kid will definitely need it. A smock, they will definitely need that. Shoes and socks. Now, some schools would rather you wear white colored socks, but I'm advising you should get like gray because those socks come really dirty. You can go to one of the school shoe stores and buy should I say half an inch oversized. Again, like I said, your kids will grow really fast, and if you want to buy 2 shoes in a year, that's up to you. But if you go half an inch, a little bit bigger, they will be a lot comfortable. So I got a school shoe as well as a sports shoe, so a runners, and that soars through the entire school year. And then the next thing was stationaries. I wasn't meant to get this because you pay a little bit of contribution to the school, and all of this will be provided free of charge. And so I think the other question that I wanted answers was, how do I get my daughter ready, learning and excited about learning at home? Like, what at home thing do I need to do to make sure that she is on top of her learning? And they were like, nah, there's not much you need to do. They just learn to write their names. I'm like, my daughter already knows how to spell her name. You just learn how to count 1 to 10. I'm like, okay, my daughter already knows how to count 1 to 10. So she's gonna be bored. But then she said, like, I was then told that the most important one is getting them to start reading. And so this was the one thing that I did through from December of 2022 to January. Now, I might add though, from Cradle, we had started reading. So we had the 5,000 books to school age challenge that I did with my daughter. And so we had read, I would say 6,000 books and counting in readiness for school. So it was a bit easy, the transitioning from understanding the words to then reading it by herself on her own. Now, I am sure that a lot of us parents are time poor. Go easy on yourself when you are trying to teach your kids how to read. Take note that the schools would employ volunteers. They would try and get parents to volunteer to come and read to kids in the class, which is a very good thing because it is introducing that external influence and a different style and a different way of doing things and applying things to help your child, become proficient at reading. So I think the one most important thing is they would definitely start to get your child to read independently by themselves. And so for prep, just know that reading, their social skills, a little bit of numeracy. Numeracy is not in the way you would assume it will be. It is more in like a problem solving way. They will get them to do some community style things. Wellness is Australia is very big on wellness, and so there is a lot tailored to the child's well-being, and that is, should I say, first and foremost, and how to behave. I think that's also the behavior that is attributed to learning, which is, I didn't know how important it was until I started seeing the difference and the changes from my daughter from starting prep up till the end of prep. So if I were you, I would get a little bit, on board with making sure your child is reading by themselves at home, no matter how they are understanding the words. Try and help them in sounding. So phonics is another thing. I am not good with pronunciation, and thanks to my accent, so we pronounce differently, and so that was one challenge that I had to also overcome and learn as well. So that is another thing. There was this particular tool that the school used. I think it's called MSL, multi something sensory learning, I think. And I got a video that had to teach me, in order for me to teach my child how to pronounce letters. Handwriting is a big one. So the Australian handwriting standard is recommended for these kids to start as a causative or something. I'm not sure now. Don't worry, the teachers are all well informed and they know what they're doing when it comes to teaching your child how to write according to the Australian writing standard. So that is, again, a very big one. And once they get the idea, it is left for you as a parent, just 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day after school to get them to read. Office work is a place you can go to buy some school supplies, some materials, some resources for your at-home teaching. They're good. They have everything that I think you will need to help you at home in enhancing and progressing your child's learning. There is this particular tool that was really, really important for us. It is called the magic words. Now, this magic word has a range of words from 1 to 100, color coded. So there was the golden words, the red words, the blue words, now to the green, orange, violet, indigo, violet, I think, if I'm not mistaken now. And I think I also went up to aqua, because it was lime, lemon, pink, and purple. So I went, the recommended standard is 100 words, but however, I did go over that just to expand my daughter's vocabulary. This particular flashcards will definitely help your kids sounding the words, recognizing the word, and eventually spelling the words. And I will tell you, 100 of these words form part of our daily conversations. They are, in fact, the most used words in our vocabulary, and it contributes to our reading, and it helps your child to read quicker. So if you haven't started prep yet and you are going to start come January 30th or 1st or 2nd of February, go online. I got mine online, and it's called Magic Words. There is a free one PDF format that you can download in color, go print it out at Office Works, and get this early, because when you start, or when this particular resource is introduced to you by the teacher to help your child, you don't want to be left behind, because they take, I think it's a fortnightly intervals in turn to practice with your kid, and your kid will not progress to the next card up unless they assimilate and understand and pronounce and recognize this word. So you can use sticky tapes to write these words on, and just paste it around your house, the fridge, and try and get your child to find these words. They will definitely come very useful, and for you, I would say get on it now, so that when your child starts prep, it becomes a lot easier for you to help them navigate this particular home assisted learning. And this is including the reading that will be sent home for your kid to practice with. The Victorian government have got this Victoria Premier Reading Challenge that was introduced to us by the school, and we were able to read over 35 books within the first 2 terms, and she got an award for it. So again, reading is very essential. It is quite the most important thing that is shared and encouraged. So I would tell you that if you miss anything from what I've said today, make sure your kid starts learning how to read. Other than this, there is visual art and performing art. Probably, again, I am not good at all of this, but I was happy to just, let the school take the lead on this one. And there will be a lot of activities, there will be a lot of celebration, festivities. I'm not used to any of this, and you probably might be familiar with a lot of them. And so it was, again, something I needed to get used to, going online to Amazon and finding most of these items in readiness for when it will be used at school. So if you have the ideas of what these events are, like cultural day, dress like your favorite character, name day, just go on Amazon or have your friends, or go to an op shop where you can buy these things cheap. Now, you all know back to school equals a little bit more dent in the bank balance. It was estimated by on the news the other day that a household will spend $5,000 upward in getting their children ready for back to school, and this is inclusive uniform, school fees, all of the writing materials that they will need, a lot. And so again, for me, I would advise going early, start early, buy these things, and that way it is not going to hit big when it comes out all at once. And that is what I would always say. You start with a water bottle first, the school shoe next, you can buy her lunchbox next. Now for lunches, if you are again considering how do I make my daughters pack at lunch, there is a lot of lunch to pack, guys, but no worries. If you on Instagram, follow School Lunchbox. That man has got lots of school lunch ideas to help you and make lunch preparation easy. You can also utilize Google for some easy, handy, healthy school lunch meals that your kids would enjoy. Again, we try to always say we take the stress off moms, because with every mom, you're a busy mom, be it a stay-at-home mom, a working mom. We are all busy, and so we need that one little thing to help us make this whole chore, I would say, fun and exciting, and not so tedious and hard. So again, the school lunch box on Instagram have got you covered when it comes to lunch meal prep. Again, if I have missed anything else, please come on the comment section and ask the questions, and I might make a second video before the school starts officially here in Melbourne, Victoria. I would say this though, be confident in what you've achieved so far. It is no easy feat that you've raised this baby from 0 to now school age, and thanks to all your hard work and effort, you are just again stepping on the new phase of life for them. It is exciting, a little bit nervous, but I guess you would enjoy the ride. I am here, Poshcateyes Unfiltered. Come in here, ask all the questions you would like answered, and I'm going to try and provide some. Once my daughter goes past the grade 1, I would again come on here and share with you what you would need in preparing for grade 1, because I am asking the questions on your behalf. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care.